Chapter 26, verse 36 through 41. Then came Yeshua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. He took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And he went a little farther, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. Raindrops beat against my window, teardrops dripping down my pencil. Woke up the end of a foggy day, waiting for the storm clouds to roll away. And will the forecast change? Gates of roller coasters, be up and down. The miracle is my sleep, like the sound. It's like a three-ring circle, the circus has come to town. I'm about to go big, this is what none of us expect, it's going down. This is not my cup of kisses, please don't make me drink from this. No, just breathe up on my lips, I'm strong but I sure don't feel it. I'm so young and you forget, did I miss a line in the flying print? Never ever thought it would come to this. Regret ending all seems so senseless. When I came to my senses, when I've given up, you expect much more of me. I can hear you calling me. Now really my heart like a cold flame invisible. Desire me is causing me to pray more earnestly. But why can't you take all of this for me to see? If there any other way that things could be, I'm tired of it's a thin line between can you please send someone else to do this? Don't wanna feel
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, that is, to the brethren. What up to everybody else tuning in? Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Currently, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning, Central Standard. But, you know, it's on me to bring you something this morning. Hope this finds y'all doing well. Um, I'm gonna be reading the letter of Jeremiah. For those of you that are not familiar, this book is a part of the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is a group of books that was taken out of the original King James Bible. You can find it in the King James app, the King James 1611 uh, with the Apocrypha app, or you could buy the King James 1611 with the Apocrypha Bible. I have the hard copy, um, and I also have the app. So I'm going to be reading it to you and speaking on a few strong points to kind of, uh, just to expound on it. But let's get right into it. First of all praise to the Most High, y'all, and thanks to His Son Yahushua Mashiach. And let's get right on into it. Share the screen. Hold on. What we gonna share? Blue stacks. Let's share the blue stacks. With the blue stacks. All right. The letter of Jeremiah, chapter 1. A copy of an epistle which Jeremiah, sent unto them which were to be led captives into Babylon by the king of the Babylonians, to certify them, as it was commanded him of Yah. Because of the sins which ye have committed before Yah, ye shall be led away captives into Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylonians. So when ye be come unto Babylon, ye shall remain there many years, and for a long season, namely 7 generations. And after that I will bring you away peaceably from thence. Now shall ye see in Babylon gods of silver and of gold and of wood borne upon shoulders, which cause the nations to fear. This is also what you see in the Catholic Church when you see them with their statues of quote unquote Jesus and Mary and all that. They have them on statues and they carry them upon their shoulders, you know. And these statues are draped in silver and gold, wood and stone. Beware, therefore, that ye in no wise be like to strangers. Don't be like them. Neither be ye and of them. When ye see the multitude before them and behind them worshiping them. He's letting them know, listen, you go into a place with people that don't believe in what you believe. They don't do what you do. But don't you believe in what they believe. Don't you do what they do. Same thing applies for America. He's talking about the Babylonian captivity, but the same thing applies here today. Don't be like what the world is. Don't be American. Don't be, you know, celebrating their holidays, doing their ways, doing what the world do. Do what the scriptures tell you to do. But say ye in your hearts, O Master, we must worship thee. This has got to be your mindset. This has got to be your mindset right here, that you're going to worship the Most High, not take after what the heathen do, what the worldly people around you do that don't have a spiritual mindset, that don't desire to worship the Most High. You don't be like them. This is what the Most High is saying here. He's saying, for mine angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls. As for their tongue, it is polished by the workman, and they themselves are gilded and laid over with silver. Yet are they but false, and cannot speak. These so-called gods, they can't talk, they can't eat, they can't even move. They statues made by man. And people bow down to a statue of Jesus. They bow down to a statue of Mary. They kiss their feet. They do all kind of shenanigans. This ain't supposed to be our mindset. This is foolishness to us. Because our power, our Elohim, can speak. And taking gold, as it were, for a virgin that loveth to go gay, they make crowns for the heads of their gods. It's talking about the 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 customs of the people. Jeremiah 10 told you the customs of the people are vain, meaning it's all for nothing. All they do, all this, and listen, you can see how these people go about, think about how a person would go without for Christmas, right? They shortchange bills, or they, fast and save money or whatever, all for Christmas. All to have a nice Christmas tree, all to have the Christmas decorations, all to have the presents under. It's all in vain. And they think they're doing a good deed, but it's really vanity. Just like what these people are doing. They take long, painstaking days to craft this gold, to craft this silver, to put upon these gods, to worship them, and it's all for nothing. Don't be like the Babylonians. Yea, hold on. 10. Well, let's start over at 9. And taking gold, as it were, for a virgin that loveth to go gay, they make crowns for the heads of their God. See, the virgin, loves to, go out and have fun and laugh and giggle with her friends with enthusiasm. This is how these people worship their gods. They worship their gods with enthusiasm, with happiness and joy. With happiness and joy, they make crowns for these gods. Vanity. Sometimes also the priests convey from their gods gold and silver and bestow it upon themselves. So the priests, this is why they take this out the Bible, because your Catholic Church, this is your Catholic Church right here. What they're saying is just how they dress up these statues, the priests dress the same way. The statue have a gold necklace, the priest got a gold necklace. Or you know what I'm saying? That's same thing. That's why they took it out your Bibles. Yea, they will give thereof to the common harlots, and deck them as men with garments, being gods of silver and gods of gold and wood. Yet cannot these gods save themselves from rust and moth, though they be covered with purple raiment. They wipe their faces because of the dust of the temple, when there is much upon them. And he that cannot put to death one that offended him upholdeth a scepter, as though he were a judge of the country. He hath also in his right hand a dagger and an axe, but cannot deliver himself from the war and thieves. This is talking about how they, dress up these statues, right? It'll be a man dressed in, you know, fine attire, as it say, purple raiment. That's the clothing of kings. A statue dressed up all nice and fancy with a scepter or a dagger and an axe, but yet it don't rule and it can't save itself from thieves and robbers. It's all vanity. It's all for nothing. And these people do this stuff and act like they really did something. You haven't done anything but look like a fool to somebody who knows better, whereby they are known not to be gods. Therefore, fear them not. You got people that's scared to not partake in this stuff, scared to not celebrate Christmas, scared to not celebrate New Year's Eve and Thanksgiving and all this other stuff. They fearful. For like as a vessel that a man useth is nothing worth when it is broken, even so it is with their gods. When they be set up in the temple, their eyes be full of dust through the feet of them that come in. They can't even wipe the dust off, man. You know, just like these, just like these gods, man. In these days, in these folly days, hell days, whatever you want to call them. They're nothing. They can't help you. They can't save. They can't profit. They can't benefit. And as the doors are made sure on every side upon him that offendeth the king, as being committed to suffer death, even so the priests make fast their temples with doors, with locks and bars, lest their gods be spoiled with robbers. They got to make, they worship these things, but the things that they worship, they have to protect. This is this is crazy. You know, these people worship these things as gods, right? But their God can't save itself from robbers and thieves. You know, how many people do stuff like this that if they really had good sense, if they really had discernment, they'll realize that the fact that they have to do what they do means that they shouldn't be doing it. Think about that. The priest got to put doors and locks and bars around these gods that they worship. If it need to be locked up and barred, then it probably ain't a god. That's what I'm saying. This is plain and simple. They light them candles, yea, more than for themselves, whereof they cannot see one. They are as one of the beams of the temple, yet they say their hearts are gnawed upon by things creeping out of the earth, and when they eat them and their clothes, they feel it not. These statues that these people worship and love, they decay. They can't save themselves from creeping things. They can't save themselves from dust. They need help. The Most High don't need no help. He don't need nobody to wipe his face off or to swat away creeping things out of the earth. Because creeping things don't creep on him. Their faces are black through the smoke that cometh out of the temple. Upon their bodies and heads sit bats, swallows, and birds, and the cats also. By this ye may know that they are no gods. Therefore fear them not. This too also applies to white supremacy, right? When you think about white supremacy, um, you think about the dominance of the white man and the strength of him, right? You'd be like, man, he just run the whole world. He got battleships and he got nuclear weapons and he got all. Listen, man, scared to death, scared to death. There's a difference between confidence and fear. And then he can't do nothing without the Negro and all his armies behind his guns. That's it, the children of Yasharal. He can't have sports without us. He can't have music without us. He can't have business without us. We are the backbone of every nation, you know? So it's like we need to realize that they are like these gods that these people worship, right? Their faces are black with smoke that cometh out of the temple. Upon their bodies and heads, his bat swallows birds and cats. Like these people got ailments, man. These people got kinks in their armor. And in their kinks in their armor, they show forth that they are not gods. They show forth that they ain't nothing, man. Don't be fearful of these people. They are no gods. Fear them not. Worried about what they gonna do. If you get right with the Most High Yah and live how you supposed to live, then they become nothing to you. They only are something because you don't do what you're supposed to do. And he told you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be weak and not strong. You're going to fall instead of stand. Notwithstanding, the goal that is about them to make them beautiful, except they wipe off the rust, they will not shine. For neither when they were molten did they feel it. Listen, if we don't wipe off the rust of these supremacists, right? Because they ain't just white, man. All the nations, we put everybody above us. The white man, the Chinese, the Italian, the everybody. We love all of their stuff. We don't love our own. We trying to do karate with the Chinese. We trying to do yoga with the Indians. We trying to do uh 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 you know we trying to drink the vodka with the Russians, and we and everybody else stuff. So we esteem them high, right? But except we wipe off the rust, they will not shine, man. If we don't kiss these people ass, they ain't nothing, because they ain't nothing to their own people. We make them something. The things wherein there is no breath are brought for a most high price. It costs a lot to keep up impressions. It costs a lot to keep up impressions. You know, they got to scare. They got to show all the guns. They got to show all the money and the wealth so it can look godly. But everything it take to be one, they ain't got. They only gods to the people that lack discernment. They are born upon shoulders, having no feet whereby they declare unto men that they be nothing worth. See, you got to understand, you got to have discernment. You got to look for the feet. You got to look for the real essence of a thing. You be like, man, you can't even wipe your face off from the dust. You ain't nothing, you ain't nobody. This how you look at your brother and your sister. You look for they chinks and they armor to see why they ain't what They appear to be, but yet you fearful and scared of the wiles of the heathen. You believe everything the heathen got to say. You don't doubt none of it. But your brother, you want to doubt everything come out his mouth or her mouth. They also that serve them are ashamed. You're going to be ashamed serving them. You ain't happy celebrating Christmas. You ain't happy celebrating New Year's and Thanksgiving. You stressed out. Got to spend all that money, got to spend all that time. You ashamed serving these gods. Putting on all this makeup, all this weave, smoking all these cigarettes, smoking all this weed. You ashamed for real. Not really happy in doing what you're doing. Slaving for these heathens, for trinkets of gold and silver. You're not happy, you're ashamed. Just like these priests, just like these people you talking about. For if they fall to the ground at any time, they cannot rise up again of themselves. If you quit celebrating these people's stuff and taking part in these people's stuff, it's going to fall to the wayside. Because the only reason it's important is because you do it. If you showed no interest in it, it would be of no interest. If it fall to the ground at any time, it cannot rise up again of themselves. But you know who gonna pick it up? You is. You gonna come talking about Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter and all these other foolishness. 4th of July. It only means something because you participate in it. Neither if one set them upright can they move of themselves. Neither if they bow down can they make themselves straight. But they set gifts before them as unto dead men. People be praising and worshiping this stuff. You praise them and worship them and mourn for it and everything. Oh man, they ain't gonna be able to celebrate Christmas this year, man. People kill themselves, commit suicide behind this stuff. They ain't gonna be able to celebrate Christmas. They didn't get to go kick it for New Year's. All this foolishness. As for the things that are sanctified unto them, their priests sell and abuse. People selling you these folly days. They're giving it to you to worship. Why is the question? Is it for your good or for your detriment? In like manner, their wives lay up part thereof in salt. But unto the poor and impotent they give nothing of it. These people spend all this money and all this influence, right, to get you to celebrate some folly, right? But they could have took that money and all that influence and helped the poor and the impotent. They could have gave forth alms instead of wasting their money on foolishness. All that money you spent on decorations could have fed the poor. Menstruous women and women in childbed eat their sacrifices. By these things ye may know that they are no gods. Fear them not. Menstruous women and women in childbed eat their sacrifices. Um, I'm not sure why this is in here in this context, but there are women that drink their own menstrual blood, right, in worship to, uh, you know, gods, demons, whatever you want to call it, right? And there are women that eat their children, that eat their newborn children. There was a story I read about a month ago about a woman ate her child. You know what I'm saying? This is a real thing. It's really going down out here. For how can they be called gods? Because women set meat before the gods of silver, gold, and wood, and the priests sit in their temples, having their clothes rent and their heads and beards shaven, and nothing upon their heads. They roar and cry before their gods as men do at the feast when one is dead. These people got a whole ceremony behind what they do. Got a whole ceremony behind what they do. And it feels good to them. It feels good to the priest to come in and tear his clothes, shave his head, shave his beard, and roar and holler. Right? Feels good to him. He think he doing something. He ain't doing nothing. The priests also take off their garments and clothe their wives and children. The priests be taking these sacrifices, right? It's the same thing with you know, tithing and all that, right? These people take this money that you offering in these churches and even in these Hebrew assemblies, right? They taking the money and they clothing their wives and their children with it. They not feeding the poor. They're not building storehouses for their congregation in times of drought. They just clothing their wives and their children. My wife needs shoes. My kids need clothes. That's what they doing. That's what they doing with that thing, man. Whether it be evil that one doeth unto them or good, they are not able to recompense it. They can neither set up a king nor put him down. These little statues, these little, gods, whether physical or spiritual, right? They have no power. They have no power. In like manner, they can neither give riches nor money. Though a man make a vow unto them and keep it not, they will not require it. They can save no man from death, neither deliver the weak from the mighty. They cannot restore a blind man to his sight, nor help any man in his distress. Now listen, when he's telling you what a fake God can't do, keep in mind that the Most High Yah can do all these things, right? They could save no man from death, neither deliver the weak from the mighty. That's what the Most High can do. They cannot restore a blind man to his sight, nor help any man in his distress. That's what the Most High can do. He can show no mercy to the widow, nor do good to the fatherless. We know that's what the Most High can do. What he does do. Their gods of wood, and which are overlaid with gold and silver, are like the stones that be hewn out of the mountain. They that worship them shall be confounded. How should a man think and say that they are God, when even the Chaldeans themselves dishonor them? Who, if they shall see one dumb that cannot speak, they bring him and entreat Baal, that he may speak, as though he were able to understand. Yet they cannot understand this themselves, and leave them, for they have no knowledge. The women also, with cords about them, sitting in the ways, burn brand for perfume. But if any of them, drawn by some that passeth by, lie with him, she reproacheth her fellow, that she was not thought as worthy as herself, nor her cord broken. No, I'm trying to figure out what this means. Uh, I don't know. Let's continue. Whatsoever is done among them is false. How may it then be thought or said that they are gods? You just got to look at the thing and analyze that thing. He just told you about the whole practice they got, how they make them, how they design them, how the priests play a part in it. He's like, man, the whole thing is false. Everything about it, everything about these people, the Babylonians, everything about them is false. So how could you believe in their gods, right? They are made of carpenters and goldsmiths. They can be nothing else than the workman will have them to be. Who gave you Christmas? Who gave you Thanksgiving? Who created it? Basically, carpenters and goldsmiths. They could be nothing else but what the workman will have them to be. You know, you got these things from somebody that everything about them is false. Everything the white man ever told you been a lie. Everything he ever did to you has been harmful. But yet you take on his gods and you take on his ways. Not good. It's not good. And they themselves that made them can never continue long. How should then the things that are made of them be gods? For they left lies and reproaches to them that come after. For when there cometh any war or plague upon them, the priests consult with themselves, where they may be hidden with them. How then cannot men perceive that they be no gods? That's what I be saying. Why you don't understand? How did you miss that? You know? How then cannot men perceive that they be no gods, which can neither save themselves from war, nor from plague? For seeing they be but wood, and overlaid with silver and gold, it shall be known hereafter that they are false. These people made this stuff. You got something that has no, that the origin of it is from a man, right? The origin of it is from a man. So you can't believe in it to be godly, you know? Uh, and it shall manifestly appear to all nations and kings that they are no gods. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. Like my mama say, keep living, keep living. But the works of men's hands, and that there is no work of Yah in them. Who then may not know that they are no gods? For neither can they set up a king in the land, nor give rain unto men. Neither can they judge their own cause, nor redress a wrong, nor being unable. For they are as crows between Shemaim and the Erats, heaven and the earth. Whereupon, when fire falleth upon the house of gods of wood, or laid over with gold or silver, their priests will flee away and escape. But they themselves shall be burned asunder like beams. See, you believe in this stuff, but the people that created this stuff, they don't believe it. They will leave it at the drop of a hat. These feast days and holidays that you steal, kill, and rob for, that you forsake the Most High Yah for, the people that created them, when the fire falleth, right? The priests will flee away and escape by themselves. You know what I'm saying? They'll get up out. They'll depart from them. You care about this stuff. These people that made it really don't care about it for real. Moreover, they cannot withstand any king or enemies. How can it then be thought or said that they are gods? Jeremiah trying to get you to think. Jeremiah like, listen, man, well, I mean, it don't make no sense. Neither are those gods of wood and laid over with silver or gold able to escape either from thieves or robbers. It's about the third time he said that. Whose gold and silver and garments wherewith they are clothed, that they are strong take. and go away with all. Neither are they able to help themselves. He keep stressing the fact that these things can't help themselves. How they gonna help you? Therefore, it is better to be a king that showeth his power, or else a profitable vessel in the house, which the owner shall have use of it, than such false gods. Or to be a door in a house to keep such things. Man, he's talking about like the door has a purpose. The door keeps people out or it lets people out. You know what I'm saying? Like it has a purpose. He like these gods, these things that these people create, they don't have a purpose. They just there. You know, a hammer beats a nail. A nail fastens the wood. Like these things have purpose. These false gods have no purpose, right? To keep such things therein. The such false gods are a pillar of wood and a palace than such false gods. For sun, moon, and stars, being bright and sent to do their offices, are obedient. In like manner, lightning, when it breaketh forth, is easy to be seen. And after the same manner, the wind bloweth in every country. And when Yah commandeth the clouds to go over the whole world, they do as they are bidden. And the fire sent from above to consume hills and woods doeth as it is commanded. But these are like unto them neither in shoe nor power. Wherefore is it neither to be supposed nor said that they are God, seeing they are able neither to judge causes nor to do good unto men. Knowing therefore they are no gods, fear them not. You keep reiterating that thing, man. They ain't nothing. For they can neither curse nor bless kings, neither can they show signs in the Shemayim among the heathen, nor shine as the sun, nor give light as the moon. The beasts are better than they, for they can get under a cover and help themselves. It is then by no means manifest unto us that they are gods. Therefore, fear them not. For as a scarecrow in a garden of cucumbers keepeth nothing, so are their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold. And likewise their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold are like to a white thorn in an orchard that every bird sitteth upon, as also to a dead body that is east into the dark. And ye shall know them to be no gods by the bright purple that rideth upon them, and they themselves afterwards shall be eaten, and shall be a reproach in the country. Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols, for he shall be far from reproach. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Well, I hope y'all got something out of that. Let's be mindful of idols, not just physical idols, right? But spiritual idols, idols in our hearts, idols in our mind, you know, things that don't profit, let's not hold it in high esteem. Let's concentrate on the things that are important, things that are righteous, things that are of the Most High. Uh, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. Don't be like the nations. Don't be like the heathen. Don't be like those round about that don't have that mind. Let's not take on their ways. Because their ways are false, like the book just said. So, all praise to the Most High, Yah. Please like, share, comment, Uh, and as always, it's 12 tribes.